All right, Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we're commenting on our May the 5th Bible reading. Several Psalms and quite a bit from both Samuel chapters 6 and 7 and Chronicles chapter 16 and 17, and then some Psalms. And some of the Psalms, it seems that Dr. Reese took and put together the ones that had similar thoughts and similar ideas in them, like singing the new song. Seems to be that he took those and put those together there about the marvelous things God has done, the glory that is due unto him, and that we should give him thanks. And so all the worship that was to be done, the various ones that were set up to worship and play the instruments. And then, of course, Michal, Saul's daughter, who criticized David for worshiping before Yahweh. And I'll just say there, several years ago, we went on a vacation, and we're out of state. I'm not going to name the state. It probably doesn't matter. But I had picked out a church we were going to try to go to on that Sunday. Not in a familiar place. We were driving. It was in between stops that we were driving, and tried to find the church, and I couldn't find the church in the town that we were at. So finally it got close to time for church to start, and we just went to a church. And I do not remember the particular denomination. It really doesn't matter. I would just say that their worship style was totally different than what I was used to. And I sat back, and initially I started to say, I don't like that. But then it struck me. Who am I to say what is beautiful to God? Yes, I have what I'm comfortable with. I have a tradition that our church is used to, that I've grown up in and been around, the churches I've been around and in. But does that mean God only accepts the style that I like? No. And so I don't think it's ever our place to criticize somebody's worship of God. And so Michal, it doesn't say that specifically, but she died without, or certainly the way that's worded, whether it's trying to say that she died childless, which it sounds like, or she certainly did not have any children from that day forward. It could be that, but one way or another, David and her did not have any children after that, for sure. And I don't believe there's any children listed with her name as associated with children of David. So anyway, but then we start those first several verses of chapter 7 with its corresponding passage in 1 Chronicles 17, the covenant of David that God made with David. And when you look at how that all works, I don't even know how to express it, but it was in David's heart to build God a house. And because it was in David's heart to do that, God said, I'm going to build your house, David. And I'm going to establish your throne, David, and your seed after you. And he established that covenant with David. And it all goes back to David had a heart after God. And so somehow, some way, and I look at that, and we've just been through the reading. God put a heart in Saul, but somehow it didn't take. And God put another spirit in David. But there was already something in David when God put his spirit upon him and his anointing on him. And so all I know is I pray, God, let me be good ground, that your spirit can mold and shape to help me be everything that you want me to be, God, because I just want to be growing in him. I want to be pleasing to him. It doesn't really matter so much what anybody else thinks. It really doesn't matter. It matters what God thinks. And that's the one I'm trying to please and striving to please and wanting to be like in some way. And so just pray that God uses his word, uses his spirit to mold and shape me, so that one day he will say, well done, my good and faithful servant. God bless you.